did plan on starting my walk here at Canterbury Castle, but here behind me there's a sign there saying it's closed due to falling masonry. This thing's been here since 1200 and whatever, but yeah, they've closed it. It's all blocked up and everything, so anyway, let's get walking. So for quite a lot of my walk I've got planned today, I'll be following the River Stour, or the Great Stour, which is, it said there on that sign, it's over in that direction some. Well, at the moment I'm currently walking alongside the Great Stour, yeah, just to my left. It's quite overgrown with nettles and other bits and pieces along here. I haven't been along this way for quite a while, and last time I walked along here you could clearly see the water, but at the moment it's just a bit overgrown over there. Pleasant days, sun's out as you can see. It's quite warm, I reckon it could hit between 22 and 24 degrees today, so just taking it at a nice slow easy pace. Not in any hurry to get anywhere. I want to cover between, I think it's 10 and 12 miles to the woodland where I plan on camping tonight. It's about 11 o'clock, so I've got plenty of time yet. Well, this is what it's all about. Get outdoors in the fresh air and the sunshine and enjoy yourself. So peaceful, except for the creaking of the rucksack. Well, I love things like this. So I'm walking along finding bits and pieces along my trail of interest. Yeah. Someone's done some lovely carving jobs here. Little picnic benches. That's good. I love it. I absolutely love it. Yeah. Here's a Great Stour there. It's not fast flowing and it's not really that deep in places. We do get some big fish in there, I must admit. And then right here we've got the remains of a railway bridge. Signs of a lost railway, it says here. Step back a century in time to when steam engines puffed their way along the top of the embankment. This is the Eltham Valley Railway. 100 years ago, it was in its heyday, carrying passengers from Canterbury to Folkestone. Sorry about that, I just had to change the camera settings. For some reason this SD card that came with this camera, believe it or not, doesn't like filming in 60 frames per second, so I've just had to load to 30. But yeah, as I was saying about the railway bridge, I've often looked at them steps before. Oh, pleasantly surprised actually. Didn't actually realise you could walk up both sides of it. A better view of the river from up here. So yeah, this is the top of the railway bridge. Well, what was the railway bridge? Well, I must admit, I'm quite enjoying this walk. I was going to say loving it, but yes, I am loving it. There's lots of people that live along these, live in these houses along the riverbank, should I say. Just chilling out in their gardens today. There's joggers out, cyclists out. Weather's absolutely gorgeous. It's a beautiful day. It'll improve slightly when I get away from the traffic noise. but I'm loving it, I must admit. And looks so inviting, that does. So at the moment I'm carrying quite a bit of water. I've got one bottle on the outside of my bag, that's 1.5 litre. Then I've got two 500ml, I think they're 500ml, maybe 600ml bottles. Actually I think they're 6s. And 750ml of water. Mainly for my coffee, but I've also brought instant cheese and onion mashed potato with me that I like to go with my steak tonight, and some mushrooms and red pepper. So obviously I need water for instant mash, not a lot. And then I've got custard in the morning and granola, excuse me, with some hot chocolate mixed into it. So just a custard and instant mash takes 750ml of water. But I'm starting to think I should have brought my water filter, because I'm not sure how well you can see the stream behind me, but it looks quite clear. So I should have brought my water filter. I'd have been quite happy drinking out of that. Saved carrying so much weight. But I didn't plan it that well to bring water. Well, I say with water filter. I've been walking now near on an hour and a half. Getting towards the point now, because I haven't eaten today. Quite often go without breakfast anyway. Yeah, as I was saying, it's getting towards the point now. Getting a little bit thirsty. It's not the right thing to drink when you're out walking, but I'm going to stop shortly, maybe in a little bit of shade, make myself a nice caramel 3-in-1 coffee. So I'll get the sugar boost and the caramel boost besides the caffeine. Still loving it, thoroughly loving this. It's a beautiful day. Well, I seem to have moved away from the traffic noise a little bit now, and as I'm walking along here, today's Friday, it's a bank holiday, Jubilee weekend actually. So when I was planning my trip, I looked at where I was going to go and decided I'd be coming down this way. And the train, because it's a Friday and bank holiday, I managed to get a weekender ticket, return ticket that is, come down this morning and go back on Sunday. It's £12.70 for return, which is really, really good. You know, from where I live, I was thoroughly impressed with that price. But as I'm walking along here, because I really don't go to Canterbury enough. I used to go there loads when the kids were younger, but now they're grown up, I just don't go to Canterbury enough. I always seem to go other directions. I've got the river next to me here. Let's just have a look, see how easy it would be to get in and out. Oh, that is really easy. So even one of my trips in the summer, shame someone's left a doggy bag there, but with their doings in it. Yeah, I could bring my blow up canoe along here. There's plenty of places I've seen to launch from, and it's not deep. You know, I've been out on the sea in the thing, filming jellyfish last year. Then I took it up the canal down in Wiltshire. But yeah, I could bring my blow up canoe along here with my camping gear. Pop up here, pitch up for the night. It's even flat. Space just here. That's an example, that is. And pack up in the morning, back on the water, paddle some more. Oh, it's beautiful though. I'm loving this. I'm absolutely loving it. Not found that perfect spot yet for me to sit down and make me coffee. I'll give it another 15 minutes. It's getting on, well, it's 12:30 now. So I'll give it another. Oh yes, I remember this spot from when I've walked along here before. There's a beautiful house over there. If I won the lottery, I'd go over there and buy that. And if I remember rightly, there was a bench here. Yes, there is. I've actually stopped on that bench. Oh, it must be 4, maybe 5 years ago. I stopped there, had a coffee before, and that's when I'm going to stop now. Listen to the sound of the water over there. In beautiful surroundings. So I'm just about to make me coffee. I just thought I'd give you an update on my rucksack. This one's getting quite old now. It's a Osprey Exos 48 litre. That's the one I brought with me today. I haven't used this for some time because in the winter obviously I carry more gear, and I love this rucksack though because of the big pouch on the front. When I've got my whole Jack Wolfskin tent in there, and pouches on the side. But one of the best, my favourite things is the removable brain, as they call it. I've got my waterproofs, all my electric gear, everything's stored in there. So because I'm stealth camping in a low down, low profile situation, it's better to have the smaller rucksack, and I can keep my valuables there in the bottom of my tent, and if need be leave my rucksack outside tonight. But as I was saying, this one's getting a little bit tatty now. It's been through so many bushes over the years. I might even treat myself to a new one this year, maybe slightly bigger. I don't know if they do like a 55 or maybe a 60 litre that's similar to this. The other rucksack I use in the winter hasn't got any of the pouches or anything on the back, where I've got my tent and everything stored in, and I do miss them. So yeah, just thought I'd give you a brief update. Let's get on with that coffee. Well, got my water on boiling next to me, and this is beautiful. Sitting here and seeing people's reactions when they walk past. So I got my stove on, made me coffee. But I've got a little pepperami snack I'm going to have along with my coffee in a minute. Just loving this. Got a little bit of shade from the tree. This is beautiful. This is absolutely beautiful. But it won't be long. Our coffee will soon be ready. Well, it's been a little while now since I stopped my coffee, and I'm actually walking alongside a railway line at the moment. Still following the route I planned on my GPS. I got a GPS, it's a Garmin Oregon 750 is the one I'm using today, and I drew out the route on my PC and saved it onto my GPS. But I've also got, as a backup as always, I've got my memory maps the app on my phone, which is Ordnance Survey map, and I've also put a copy of it, my walking route that is, onto the memory map, so I do have a backup. But it's saying I have to walk through this field at the minute until I come across a road. That's what I'm doing. Weather's absolutely scorching at the moment. I'm not complaining. I'm outdoors. Stunning views out in the countryside. And I must admit, about 20 minutes ago I walked past a pub. Well, the pub was a little village I walked through. I was tempted to stop and have a beer, but I thought, nah, I know what I'm like. If I have a beer this early in the day, it slows me down and makes it harder going. Let's press onwards. Well, I'm still on part of the Stour Valley Walk, Stour, whatever you want to call it. S-T-O-U-R. Yeah, Stour Valley Walk. And it's taken me well away from the river now. And I think we're actually heading now up towards to join on to the North Downs Way eventually. So I think the North Downs Way, if I recall, is right over there in the distance. So at the moment, like I say, I'm still on the trail, following the path, but it's sending me through a few fields at the moment. There's lots of these little mayflies or damselflies or like baby dragonflies around. Very pleasant walk still. Well, I'm not sure if you can see them, but these lovely blue little dragony fly things, I think they seem to be following me. I don't think they are. I think it's just hundreds of them, but they just seem to be everywhere. They're very pretty. Lovely blue colour. Yeah, there is absolutely hundreds and hundreds of them. I'm in a different field now than what I was before when I said about them. They just don't seem to land for long enough to take a picture of them. So I'm hoping they're flitting in front of the camera a little bit. Let's hope so anyway. Alright, better check my bearings. Do I go that way or do I go that way? I've got a funny feeling it's up that way. Like I say, it's been 5-6 years since I've been out in this direction, so I'm not quite sure. I best check and get back with you in a little while. Well, I must admit, I could certainly do with that pint now. Stunning views behind me. Absolutely beautiful views. I'm not that far away from a little place called Chilham, and I know my walking route does get quite close to the village of Chilham. Now I know there's at least 2 pubs there, so I might have to make a little detour. When I get near that point, there's burial mounds near there, an old one called, I think it's Julie Berry burial mound, and you've got Chilham Castle. Now Chilham's a really old village. Lovely houses round there, up on top of the hill, outside the castle grounds. nearby to there. I have to make a little detour and have a cheeky little pint. In the meantime, just keep plodding along. Well, I've just emerged from over there. There's a little gate there in the stile. Following my path, and it goes into the trees just here. There's a few sheep sitting there in the way. Hopefully they're going to get up and move in a minute without being too frightened, because I need to go through the stile and it's right by them. And they do have little ones there as well, so I've got to be a little bit careful. Are they going to let me through? Easy enough. Well, I think they're all the way down through that path where I've got to go, and I don't want to frighten them, so I'm going to double back, I think, find another route round them. Here's another route I checked on my map before I actually crossed over here, but it means going up a steep climb, and it's not the track I planned. Well, like I say, I've got to have respect for the wildlife when you're out walking and everything. It's through farmland, even though it's a public right of way and a public footpath. Don't want to frighten the poor sheep. I'll do the right thing, take the longer route round. I don't know if you'll see that. There's a tiny little bunny sitting there. He won't stay there for long, I know that. And a little baby one, I think. Yeah, he's off. I do like the wildlife when I'm out walking. It's just a shame I'm taking quite a longer detour to get past them sheep, because the route I need to be taking is further over to my left, and I'm going further and further away from my track. According to my map, there's a left-hand turn a little bit further on where I can pick up my route again, so I'm not too bothered. Still got plenty of time left in the day. So I'm just walking along this track here, and I've just came across a stile that I'm standing on at the moment, because my route I need to get back on is just up in that direction. So I could cross this stile and through that one, and I think the route I'm supposed to be taking is that tree line up above me there. But I'm glad I stopped here, because absolutely stunning views. I just stopped for a quick break. Like I say, I see this stile nearly back onto my route, as I'm saying. Oh, wow, absolutely beautiful. It's got a bit easier going now because the sun's disappeared behind some clouds. Still warm, but it's just beautiful and peaceful. But anyway, I best get back down there onto that little track. Like I say, I'm heading towards the tree line there, which takes me back onto my route after passing all them sheep. Well, since I got back on my route, the Stone Valley Walk as it is at the moment, it's turned into a nice woodland walk actually. But seems to be the squeaking of my rucksack is awoken all the crows and the other wildlife around here. I'm making a hell of a racket a minute ago. Even along here though, it's really, really pleasant. And so far, since I've been out walking this morning, it's lovely and clean. Seen a couple of little bits of rubbish now and again, hardly anything though. I'm loving it. Well, I'm making pretty good time actually, so I've decided to have a second substantial break on my journey. So once again I've got the coffee on. One of these ones, roasted 3ml caramel flavour. Beautiful surroundings. Like I say, I'm going to have another substantial break because I'm making good time, so I thought, yeah, just sit down and chill out. Gotta have that coffee though. Well, cheers everybody. What more can I say? Can't beat this. Being outdoors, coffee in the wilderness on a beautiful day. It's still a little bit hot yet though. It's just cracking round here, absolutely cracking. Got me up, my sleeping mat out. It's rolled up in its stuff sack, so I managed to sit on that. There's my seat. Oh, it's just beautiful. I've seen in about the past, I'd say 2 hours, I think I've seen 3 people. It's just beautiful. Can't beat it. Sit outdoors and drink your coffee. Well, I'm not sure if you can actually see that, but right in front of the camera in the distance is Chilham Castle. So I actually walked right past it, over on the right hand side. On the other side of them trees there in the distance, I've walked all the way over, and now I'm doubling back on myself and heading off in this direction. So I'm way past Chilham Castle. I knew I was, and the village of Chilham, so obviously I didn't get any beers. But I'll be back down by a pub tomorrow. There's a little village called Y. I don't really plan on reaching quite that far today, but the pub is called Trickling Trout. It's right on the very edge of the water, and I've actually sat in that beer garden before during the COVID restrictions, when you could only like book a table, and it was like 1 person or 2 people per table. And I actually sat there looking at the fish in the river, and the river at that point was about I don't know, 2 foot deep, and some of the fish there, I'd say they were well over a foot long. Well over a foot. Yeah, I'm hoping that when I hit that point tomorrow, after my overnight stay, wherever I'm staying, can't say obviously. Yeah, I'm hoping when I hit that point tomorrow that I'll be able to top up my water bottles and everything there, and obviously grab a beer if they're open that time of the day. I'm not sure if there's a little shop in the village of Y or not. It'll be pressing onwards after that up, and I'll be touching on the North Downs Way tomorrow, which I believe is just up over the top of that ridge, because if that's Chilham Castle over there, You walk up from Chilham, I remember that, up to the North Downs Way. So I'll be touching on the North Downs Way and then heading off through Kingswood onto Perrywoods. There's another pub there. Not that I'm on a pub crawl or anything, but I just love being outdoors. This is stunning, being out here in nature. You don't need the blazing hot sun. Sometimes you don't want the sun. As it is now, it's perfect walking weather. It's not cold, a bit of cloud, a bit of haze. Stops you overheating, stops you getting dehydrated. Let's press on. So, as I was saying earlier, there's been quite a lot of this walk that's been on familiar territory, to put it that way. Bits and pieces that I've walked before, but the majority of it is a fairly new route to me. Like I said, I drew it out on my Ordnance Survey map, and I'm also checking when I come across signs, making sure I'm still on the right the Valley Walk, Stour Valley Walk as it is, even though I seem to be crossing fields, but they are well trodden and it is public right away, so it's good. It's good that I'm not just doing the same walk that I've done previously, but it's also nice now and again when you do see a way marker like Chilham Castle, even though it's well in the distance, but with checking my GPS, this one here, and obviously my memory maps, the Ordnance Survey on my phone, I know roughly where I am, so it makes it more enjoyable when you come across something you've never seen before. But at the moment I'm walking this direction. As soon as I hit the road at the end of this field, I've got to go back on myself, which is a shame, because if I could have walked across the fields I could have saved quite a bit there, but got to stick to the pathways. If you upset the farmers, and they'll take the public right away from us, and then we'll all be stuffed. Respect your local farmers when you're out walking, and hopefully in return they'll respect us walkers. Well, I've just walked past all this lot. Yes, very brilliant for Halloween. It's a little bit spooky. Oh, it would be at Halloween. I'm not sure what sort of beastie makes that. I was busy on my phone checking me maps as I was walking, and I walked straight past the first lot of it. When I looked up I thought, wow, I've got to show you guys on here. I'm not sure, but I think this could be familiar territory to a tiny bit. I'm sure I've walked that way before and had to do a right up there, then up over there for some reason on another walk. It just looks fairly familiar. I could be totally wrong, obviously, but it just seems like it. It's just gone 6 o'clock. I'm going to make my spot where I'm camping tonight in good time. About another hour and a half, I think. I'm looking forward to my dinner. I've got some thin cut beef steaks from Tesco's, if I can say that. Instant cheese and onion mashed potato from Morrison's, and I've got some fresh mushrooms with me, and I think I said earlier on I've got a red pepper as well. So, the other week I was camping on the beach on the Isle of Sheppey, and I did some mushrooms and a pepper, steamed them actually rather than using oil, and had that with steak and what have you, and it came out absolutely beautiful. So I thought, yeah, it's a nice hearty meal for when I'm out for a long walk at the end of the day. So yep, that's what I got for me dinner tonight. I'll let you all have a look later, make you all feel hungry. Thanks for staying with me so far. I hope you're enjoying my little countryside walk. I'm enjoying it. I think I lost a little bit of weight today though. Just stunning views. Stunning, stunning, stunning. And I haven't seen anyone now for, must be about 4 hours. Well, hi there. This is about the first bit of walking I've actually done on the road today. Just come up to this sign here, it says Canterbury's 9 miles. Oh, I think I've done a little bit more than 9. There again, I suppose I've been zigzagging across country, so. What else have we got here? Church, Hunt Street, I think it says there. Bit overgrown. And Y says there 2 3/4 miles, and that's the direction I'm heading. It's a lovely old building, and a lovely slightly newer building, but still an old building. Yeah, I don't mind walking along these country lanes a little bit now and again, but I prefer to be off the roads. But at least if I do get to Y tonight, I know I've got the pub there. Whether the old legs will get me another 3 miles, I'm not quite sure. Didn't plan on quite reaching Y. Let's see what happens. Well, no, I've got some sleep pills to go up in a minute, so I'll save some energy. Well, I've just emerged through this bracken here because I see an oak tree over there, and I looked at the other side and the bracken's about taller than me. So I thought, I wonder if I can get around the other side of that. So yep, found my camping spot for tonight. So I can either pop underneath the tree there. There's lots of dead dried twigs on the floor. That'll be a bit noisy, and you've also got the chance of damaging the floor of your tent. Or I've got this little spot here. So there's a bit of bracken on the around you, a bit of a clearing. There's a little bit of bramble on the floor, but I think the bramble is still quite soft, so I don't want to punch my airbed. But this is reasonably flat as well here as well, so hopefully won't get anyone walking past the other side of that oak tree, but providing I'm quiet, I'll be fine here. So obviously I'm not going to put up my tent or anything just yet, just going to chill out. I've got, I'd say, hour and a half of daylight left. Well, while I'm having my coffee, I'm just setting up my tent. It seems to fit here quite well actually. I'll set this up now, keep all the bugs out. while I put the rain fly over the top and have my coffee. Make sure they're zipped up. Yeah, beautiful. I think I'll sleep well tonight as well after that walk. So, got my coffee down there, and yeah, just start slowly sorting it all out. So I've got the tent all set up. That'll do for tonight. And blow my bed up inside. Yeah, I think I'll be quite comfortable. It's not the best setup, but it'll do. And just in time for my coffee. Well, that's everything unpacked. I've got my rucksack across the very bottom of the tent. Luckily I'm not that tall. The brain sits in there. And to keep everything dry, I've got my food and everything else all underneath the outer tent there. That'll keep everything nice and dry. We do get the rain. The only thing I've left out at the moment is my cooker and obviously my coffee and my water bottle. Yeah, everything fits in here lovely. Well, it's starting to get not dark yet, but the daylight's going, and I've had my steak. I didn't have the mushrooms or the pepper. I'm going to have that tomorrow at some point. I didn't want to make too much smell and everything around here, so I've popped me steak packet and the frying pan and the other frying pan, and my plate, the tongs there that I use for cooking, and my gas is there as well. I've popped it a little distance away from the tent, so if anything does come along and wants to smell it, a fox or whatever, it's not actually here by my tent. And also, the position I've put it in is to help it drain out a little bit. Thoroughly enjoyed my walk today, but as the sun's going down, not quite sure of the time at the moment. It is, it's 9:15. So I'm going to pop into me tent. I've got me earpod things with me, my headphone things. I'll pop on some music and just chill out for the rest of the evening. It does look like we might get a bit of rain tonight, but I've slept in this thing when it was torrential rain before, and it's completely waterproof. Nothing gets through this thing. So I'll speak to you all in a little while. Well, good morning. It's nearly 8 o'clock and I'm all packed, ready to go. That's where I was camped last night. Got everything packed. Just finishing the coffee that I've made this morning. But already I can hear people, chainsaws going. And I did notice yesterday on my way up to this spot, there's lots of fallen trees there, so the forestry workers were out nice and early. Had a good night's sleep, woke up about 1:30. Tiny bit of rain, but virtually nothing. I was well sheltered. Actually, if anything, I was a bit too hot. I think I only got down to about 12 degrees last night. So. Like I say, I'm all packed up, left no trace, picked everything up. Gonna head off in a few minutes once I finish my coffee.
on to my next adventure.